Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here for this journey today. Find a comfortable spot and let's get settled. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to love someone so deeply that you wanted the whole world to remember them forever? Today, on Storyline English, we are going on a journey together. A journey back in time, more than 400 years, to a place called India. This is the story of a great emperor, a beautiful love, and one of the most famous buildings on earth. This is the story of the Taj Mahal. So take a slow breath, relax, and listen closely. Let this story carry you gently into the past. Our story begins in the year 1607 in the great and busy land of India. At this time, a powerful family called the Mughals ruled over much of the country. They lived in magnificent palaces, wore clothes covered in jewels, and controlled one of the richest empires in the world. In this royal family, there was a young prince. His name was Khurram. He was only 15 years old, but he was already known for his intelligence and his strong character. One day, young Prince Khurram was walking through a royal market, a special place inside the palace where noble families came together. And there, among the colors and the light, he saw a girl. Her name was Arjumand Banu Begum. She was the daughter of an important Persian noble family. The moment Khurram saw her, something changed inside him. He felt something powerful and quiet at the same time. He wanted to know her. He wanted to be near her. But in those days, a royal marriage took time. It was not a simple thing. The prince had to wait. And he waited for 5 long years. Can you imagine waiting 5 years for the person you love? That patience, that quiet waiting, was only the beginning of a much larger story. In 1612, Prince Khurram and Arjumand were finally married. It was a grand and beautiful ceremony, full of music, flowers, and celebration. From that moment on, Khurram gave his new wife a special name. He called her Mumtaz Mahal. In the Persian language, this name means the chosen one of the palace. And truly, she became the most important person in his life. Mumtaz Mahal was not just a wife who stayed at home in the palace. She was strong, wise, and brave. She traveled with Khurram everywhere, even on long and difficult military journeys across the empire. She gave him advice. She helped him make important decisions. He trusted her more than anyone. Years passed, and Khurram became the emperor. He took a new royal name, Shah Jahan, which means King of the World. He was now one of the most powerful men on earth. He built great buildings, beautiful mosques, and wonderful gardens. But through all of this power and glory, one thing stayed the same: his deep, quiet love for Mumtaz Mahal. They were together for 19 years. 19 years of partnership, trust, and devotion. They had 14 children together. Their love was known across the empire. People said they were not just husband and wife, they were best friends. They were soulmates. But life, as you may know, does not always move in a gentle direction. Sometimes, even the most beautiful stories meet a moment of deep sadness. In the year 1631, something terrible happened. Mumtaz Mahal was with Shah Jahan far from home, in a place called Burhanpur. She was there because, as always, she traveled by his side. She was expecting their 14th child, but this time there were serious problems. After the baby was born, Mumtaz became very ill. The doctors tried everything they could, but it was not enough. Mumtaz Mahal died. She was only 38 years old. When Shah Jahan heard the news, his world stopped. The man who was called King of the World felt completely lost. People who were near him at that time said he cried for days. His hair and his beard, once dark, turned white in just a few months. He stopped attending celebrations. He stopped wearing colorful clothes. He stopped enjoying music. The emperor, who had everything in the world, now felt like he had nothing. But even in this darkness, even in this deep sadness, something began to grow inside Shah Jahan. Not anger, not bitterness, something else. A decision. A promise. He decided he would build something for Mumtaz, something so beautiful, so perfect, that the world would never forget her. He did not want just a simple tomb. He wanted to create a building that looked like a piece of heaven on earth. And that is exactly what he did. But how do you build a dream made of stone? How do you turn love into something you can see and touch? Shah Jahan gathered the best architects, artists, and builders from across the world. He brought in designers from Persia, stonecutters from a faraway land called Baluchistan, and experts in beautiful writing called calligraphy from Syria. He chose a peaceful spot on the banks of the Yamuna River in the city of Agra. The main architect was a man named Ustad Ahmad Lahari. Together, they began planning the greatest building the world had ever seen. Construction started in 1632. More than 20,000 workers came to build this monument every single day. They used over 1,000 elephants to carry heavy materials. The finest white marble was brought from quarries more than 250 miles away. Precious stones came from many countries. Blue lapis lazuli came from far Afghanistan. Red coral came from across the sea. Green jade, purple amethyst, and shining pearls were carefully placed into the white marble, one small piece at a time. This was not fast work. This was slow, careful, and deeply artistic work. Think about that for a moment. 20,000 people working together day after day for years. And this was not a building for war or for government. This was a building for love. The construction continued for 22 years. 22 years of cutting, shaping, polishing, and placing every stone with great care. When we look at the Taj Mahal today, we are not just looking at marble and stone. We are looking at the work of thousands of hands, guided by one man's deep and endless love. When the Taj Mahal was finally complete in 1653, it was unlike anything the world had seen before. The building rises high on a platform of red sandstone, and on top of that platform stands the great white marble structure. At the center is a large round dome, soft and elegant, like a pearl reaching toward the sky. Around it stand 4 tall towers called minarets, one at each corner, perfectly balanced and perfectly equal. In front of the building, there is a long, beautiful garden divided into 4 parts, with quiet pools of water running through the center. When the air is still and the sky is clear, you can see the Taj Mahal reflected perfectly in the water below. It looks like a dream floating between earth and sky. The white marble changes color with the light. In the morning, the Taj looks soft and pink. In the evening, it glows a warm, milky white, and under the moonlight, it shines like silver, almost as if it is alive. Inside the building, the walls are covered with flowers carved into the stone. Precious gems are set into the marble, forming delicate patterns of roses, tulips, and lilies. Words from holy texts are written in beautiful calligraphy along the walls. And in the center, on a raised platform, rests the tomb of Mumtaz Mahal. Shah Jahan created not just a building, he created a poem in stone. A quiet song of love that still speaks to everyone who visits hundreds of years later. But the story of Shah Jahan does not end with the completion of his masterpiece. As the years passed, the emperor grew older and weaker. His sons began to fight over who would become the next ruler. One of his sons, Aurangzeb, was the strongest and the most determined. Aurangzeb took power by force. He removed his own father from the throne and locked him inside the Agra fort, a great red palace not far from the Taj Mahal. Shah Jahan spent the last 8 years of his life as a prisoner. He was no longer the king of the world. He was an old man in a quiet room, looking out through a small window. But from that window, he could see something. Far away, across the bend of the river, he could see the white marble dome of the Taj Mahal. Every morning and every evening, he looked at it. Some people say he used a small mirror or a jewel to catch the reflection of the Taj in his room. He could not go there. He could not touch it. But he could see it. And perhaps, in seeing it, he felt close to Mumtaz one more time. In 1666, Shah Jahan died. His body was carried quietly across the river and placed inside the Taj Mahal, right next to Mumtaz. After all those years of separation, they were finally together again. Today, the Taj Mahal still stands on the banks of the Yamuna River in Agra, India. It is one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. Millions of people from every country visit it each year. They come to see its beauty. They come to take photographs. But many of them also come because they feel something when they stand in front of it. They feel the story. They feel the love. They feel the sadness and the hope, all held together in white marble and quiet gardens. The Taj Mahal teaches us something simple but important. Love is not just a feeling. Love is also what we build, what we create, and what we leave behind for others. Shah Jahan lost the person he loved most, but instead of giving up, he turned his sadness into something beautiful. He created something that still touches hearts after nearly 400 years. And that is the discovery at the heart of this story. Love, when it is real and deep, finds a way to last. It finds a way to speak across time. Now, before we finish, I want to say something to you, the listener. You are on your own journey right now. You are learning English, and that takes patience and courage, just like building something great. Every time you listen to a story like this one, you are placing another small, beautiful stone into your own building. You are growing. You are learning. And I am proud of you for being here. If this story touched you today, or if you learned something new, I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment and tell me your favorite part of the story. And if you want to continue this adventure with me, make sure you subscribe to Storyline English so you never miss a new journey. Come back soon. There are so many more stories waiting for you. Until next time, take care of yourself, keep learning, and remember, every great thing begins with one small step.